everyone, I haven't said that in a while, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you a variety of modest swimwear. I have fallen in love with modest swimwear over the last 2 years, and so I have collected quite a variety of styles. If you're like me and you're more of a modestly modest person, I'm going to start using that term. I quite like it, which means you have more of a smaller degree of modesty that you adhere to. I have options for that too, but there are days where I feel like being more modest than I usually do, and I have options for that too. So before I keep yapping on, because anybody that's been here for a while knows I definitely can, let's get into the video. Now, I definitely used to try and be more of a bikini girl, but I realized that I didn't like going to the beach purely because I didn't like how I felt in these. Now, I would love to feel as comfortable in these as I do in my modest swimwear. And whilst I still may wear these in private, I definitely feel more comfortable in the freedom that a bit more concealment provides. So let me show you what now I choose to wear. Now, this is definitely more of the modestly modest swimsuit. I am wearing a leotard with a pair of swim tights over the top. This is definitely how I started out my modest swimwear journey, and if you feel like making this more of a modest look, you can add a swim skirt or a sarong over the top. The swim skirt is basically made out of the same material as the swim tights, and personally I find it very flattering. Now, the sarong adds more of a casual, I would argue, more modestly modest vibe. I feel the swim skirt adds a deeper level of modesty to the outfit, whilst the sarong, if you're looking for a lighter level of modesty, so modestly modest, the sarong is definitely something that's easy to throw on and throw off, and you'll be able to use it with almost any swimsuit as well. And that's it for my modestly modest swimwear. I only own one leotard. Next up, we have the more medium level of modesty. This is one of my absolute favorites out of the lot, probably because of the color. Not going to lie, whilst emerald green is definitely my favorite color, I am quite partial to those softer tones, more pastel, dusty colors, especially in a pink. So I think that might be where my bias with this one comes from, and it's definitely a lot like the modestly modest one I just showed you, in the sense that it is actually also a leotard that's tucked into swim tights, but it happens to also have long sleeves and the back is fully covered. And of course, if you did want to take this more medium level of modesty to a more modest level, they do come with their very own matching swim skirts. I've often had family visiting in the more cooler times of the year, and so when we want to take them to the beaches, I mean, I'm in Australia, of course we're going to show them our beaches. It's nice to be more cozy, and you still can go and dip your feet in the water if you're brave. Unlike me, you can go and take a dive and still be a lot more warm because you are fully covered up. I also own this in the blue shade, which you would have seen me recently advertising. Like I mentioned, this video is not sponsored. However, the link is an affiliate link, which I will of course link down below so that you can have a look. These are amazing regardless of color. I think I'm just more partial to the lighter tones, especially if you're going to, like I mentioned, wear this in the cooler times of the year. It just adds that level of brightness that the season is lacking. And before I forget to mention, the really cool thing about these is if you veil, or if you wear a headscarf of any kind, a mantilla, if you wear it permanently, if you are a hijabi, you wear a hijab, then these also come with swim caps. I'm going to try and put one on. I hope it doesn't ruin my hair because I have just freshly washed it. Now, of course, this is not how you're meant to wear it, although I suppose you could if you really wanted to. I do not permanently veil. I do veil when I pray, but I do not do it 24/7. And so I wouldn't really wear this to the pool because it isn't waterproof. So if I wanted something to not wet my hair, this wouldn't be what I would go with, of course, but lovely nonetheless. And now moving on to my most modest swimwear, I have this beautiful green swimwear dress. I would say that this is also one of my favorites. Actually, depending on the day that you ask me, I might say that this I prefer to the pink one I just showed you. It's not just because of the fact that it's green, but actually because of the fact that it's a dress. There is something so pretty and feminine about wearing dresses. I'm sure I am not the only one out there that feels the same. But especially when you're going to the beach, you're running along the sand, running into the water, and there's just something so femininely liberating about that. Maybe in that regard, that's just me. It also has this little detailing at the front that rouges from either side and adds another layer at the front. So maybe if it's a cold time of year and some of us females have certain things protruding, this adds that level of modesty again if it is something you wish to conceal. Personally, I just think it adds a really nice aesthetic touch, and I love the fact that you can style it differently depending on what it is that you like. You can have it up and have that nice rouging feature along the front, or you can put it down and make it look like a belt running across the center. I nearly forgot, this also comes with a belt, which it's not meant to be worn. I suppose you could, should you wish, as an actual belt, but rather as a styling feature. So you tie it at the front like that, and it again adds a different level of aesthetic to that belting area at the front. And if you are at all worried, underneath these dresses there is a leotard. So if you're thinking that the dress might pop up or it might move around and display areas that you're not comfortable displaying or just don't want to display, I have shown you, simply for the purpose of this video, what the leotard underneath looks like. Of course, normally I would have this underneath my tights, but for the purpose of being able to show you all, I have it on the outside at the moment. But yeah, you really don't have to worry about anything because these brands are so well understanding when it comes to our needs that they have all the bases covered. I have left this undone on purpose to show you something. Now, Lyra is an incredibly beautiful and generous team to work with. So if anyone from the team is watching this, thank you so much for collaborating with me. I know this video isn't the collaboration, but in general, I love working with you guys. Your products are amazing. And why I mentioned that, alongside the blue swimsuit that they sent me, they also sent me 2 other black swimsuits, which are quite similar to the green one that I just showed you. But this one, although similar at the front with that little rouging belt detail that they have at the center, they have this really nice option that I assume is for those of you that wear a hijab or any form of head covering that you wish to keep on. There is an option here, if you can see the bottom, which I really hope I can do justice on camera. You know the way when you do something on camera and it doesn't work. Oh, it worked. Where you can secure this one side there, and then again with the other button here on the other side there. And even if you don't, I assume you could still just wear as is, but see how my hand disappears? You can tuck your hijab in there. That is ingenious. I love this one. And this one is identical to that green one, literally exactly the same, down to that little belt feature that you can add in the center. And it also, before I forget, comes with its own coordinated little swim cap. I don't know why I had to think about that. Its own swim cap. Personally, out of the dress styles, I think this is my favorite style. I like both the green and the black. I am a sucker for an all black look. But if you are not, potentially you'd like to inject a little bit of color, you can always add the feature of a sarong, be it in whatever color you like. This is also from Lyra, and I just love the little bit of color that it adds. A sarong is so beachwear. So it's definitely something that suits being overlaid. And now for my most modest piece of swimwear. This, as you can see, has a higher neck than any other piece that I have worn. It is a swim dress like the previous 3. However, this is a knee-length dress, whilst the other 3 were more of a quarter-length dress. This also has ties on the side. So the only downside I would say to this one is that you have to wear a bra. If you're like me and can't get away without wearing one, you would have to wear a bra underneath, underneath, whilst the previous 3 have a leotard attached underneath. It doesn't have the most support, but I suppose the nature of how loose the dress is enables you for the most part to get away with it. Instead, this one has little drawstrings that you can feed through these loopholes and secure the skirt part of the dress down. So if you are worried, like I mentioned previously, about the dress lifting up and flying around the place, revealing anything you would rather not be revealed, don't worry. Despite the lack of a leotard, this still has its own mechanisms. This also has a different wrap feature around the front. If you look here, I will undo the bow. It has a double lining that you wrap around, wrap around the front. I think I've spoken so much today that I am losing my ability to talk. A shocker, I know. But you wrap it around as such, and I suppose you could leave it hanging like that. Or if you're like me and you'd prefer a bow, you can also do that. And also it has this little drawstring, I think you would call detail here. I won't lie. This is the one thing I don't like for one reason. Now, maybe I am not made aware as to an alternate use, but I don't like how long these hang down. Now, I have in the past when I've worn this, tucked them into the sleeve like so, but it just looks really bulky and does eventually come down as you go. So although lovely, if you were to wear this in the summertime, like almost all of them, I would argue, this is quite lightweight. They're all very breathable, but I think out of all of them, this is probably the most lightweight, which is amazing. I lie, I'm so sorry. Actually, there is another modestly modest swimsuit that I own, which is this one. You would have, if you've been watching since then, seen me wear this earlier in the year when my uncle PJ was visiting from Ireland and we went down to Phillip Island in Victoria. This is so nice. I love this because it has the option of just something different. Short sleeves, nice long leotard tucked into the tights, and again you have the option of wearing this with the skirt or without. You don't have to. And the other thing I really love, aside from the fact that again a matching swim cap, don't know why I can't think of the name when I need to, the caps match the outfits, which I think is amazing. But also if you wanted to match the fact that you have short sleeves here, you can also get shorter tights. You don't have to wear full length tights like I do. There are certain levels of modesty that I like to keep. Mine is I don't show my legs. Not necessarily for modest reasons, but that is just a part of my aesthetic. However, if you wanted a more 3/4 length look, these are also available. I really hope you liked these. If you did, please let me know in the comments which one was your favorite. If you have any questions, again, in the comments, and I will do my best to answer every single one of you. If you have anything else you would like me to show, also let me know. And again, overall, if you liked the video, please like, subscribe for more content, and I look forward to seeing you all in my next video. Much love, everyone, and God bless. Mwah.